Hey, yo. Welcome back to the BadKidzPod. It is your boy, Jafanity, the host that say doing the most, brought to you, as always, with my beautiful co-host, best bad kid in the world, holla at the people, man of the people. What's going on, Nick Beam?
What's good, man?
Chilling. Just another beautiful day. And last, by contractual, legal, moral, ethical, psychological obligation, como se dice, Cruz?
Yay! What up, dog?
What's going on,
What's up,
guys?
boys?
What's up? It's been a while, but we're all here.
Yay!
Right. Cute as fuck. Oh man, so what's going on, guys? We are back, and with unsurprising and devastating news, personal news, ladies and gentlemen. We're starting off with the hard truths of life, especially for your boy. So we know that I have a very sordid history with barbershops and barbers. One time, if you will recall, there was a relationship with my previous barber in New Haven where he told me about the time this woman, he got her pregnant because mostly he needed a place to stay. He was what we would call a hobosexual. He would have relationships with people so that they would house him. So this one time he tricked this woman into, it's really, and then I think the other times he lived at the barbershop. Like that's neither here nor there.
But somehow you couldn't get it. All right.
Right. For whatever reason, he could never be on time for my haircuts. So he was telling me one time while he was cutting my hair after he showed up late for our appointment that the woman he was messing with, that he got pregnant, she was like late in the game with it. And she was just like, nope. And then like tried the late term smortion and was in the hospital. And then he was like, coming from dealing with that. And I'm like, dog, why are we doing this? It's 4:30 on a Friday. And so now I have a new barber in Houston. Shout out to Beam for the hookup. I found my barber through the same shop that he used to go to. And so I text my barber because I'm trying to do the big chop. Just going to go bald. Can't play games with the fact that my hair is thinning anymore. And so I text him. I'm like, hey, are you around? Either Thursday or Saturday for a cut. And he responds, no, I'm in the hospital right now, but I think I should be out by Saturday. And I'm like, nigga, what? Like, bro, don't rush home from the hospital over this $30 hair. Like, I text him back, like, nah, don't even trip. Like, just be well and, like, text me eventually. Like, yo, but just, goddamn it, the worst luck.
Terrible,
on the planet. On the planet.
All right, so
at least your haircuts are $30. I'm paying 50, maybe.
Oh no, the haircut is 30.
Tip?
The haircut is 30, and then it's like 15 for the shave because they divorced in the pandemic.
Okay, so I guess
the cut and the shave divorced.
Same thing. Yeah.
I feel like they divorced a long time ago because I never have I ever paid separate. Why would you compartmentalize? It's a cut. I mean
capitalism.
They got to go with the times. I get it, but still,
bruh, like the secret collective bargaining agreement that black barbers specifically went into during the pandemic, they came out with significant more power. They came out with ring lights, black gloves, Instagram accounts, and
nitro gloves.
They're like, it's separate now. Deal with it. And cuts for kids are no longer a discount.
No,
like some of them. Not all of them.
Yo. That's
I gotta
crazy.
say, man, my barber specifically, I get the African black spray oil. You know what I'm saying? When they do the alcohol, some people do just the alcohol. He natural fruits and berries. Like he was hooking me up with the warm towel on the beard.
Oh, so you get nice. So
he take the blade. Like I he take the
that's
blade
worth
to the shape of it, right? So he was like,
that's worth what you're getting.
got the F out of the studio he is in, and he got his own little. I mean, I'm not gonna put him on blast because I'm pretty sure you can't run. Anyway,
he's
got his own little office where he takes appointments only, and he got another job where he just worked. So I just hit him up. And he charged $50 for the whole thing. I'm all right with that.
Yeah,
yo, for the whole 9,
like
for the whole 9, that ain't bad.
I don't got to fight with nobody. Sit in the chair, like I just.
You don't have to deal with nobody.
Like, pull up, yo. How long for?
And then we talk about stocks and crypto the whole time. So like,
oh my God,
if you want my barber's number,
no,
no. Just know you're gonna come up a little bit, but
my barber gave me his tax guy though. I need to call that man. Yo, shout out to black barbers. Oh man,
I gotta go to a barber shop because it sounds like I'm missing out.
But you are and you aren't at the same time.
I wouldn't say I'm not because I am.
Barber shops are awful. Barbers, depending on, are awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure if I hit him up now, it's still all gravy. But I had a guy that I was going to. I went to high school with a dude. But I remember, I'm going to compare to what I used to pay for with this guy. I would go get a cut when I had hair, right? Number 1 or 1.5 on the top, face, whole spiel, blade, no hot towel, but like a good shape up taper if I asked for it. All of that, $25. So I'm aging myself and how long ago I used to go to the barbershop.
Those are like 2018 prices.
Yeah, hit them up with like a $15 tip, $10 tip or whatever, right? And then this one time when I was in high school, this was a foreshadowing of where the barber industry was going way back when. I went to this one spot over on it was called. No, I'm not gonna put them on blast, but it was a spot over on.
No free advertisement. No,
it was a spot over on the east side of Bridgeport, and my brother used to be the one who used to always cut my hair, and then he moved out, so it was a little annoying to go to his spot to go get a cut or whatever because I got spoiled from doing it at home all the time.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, let me go to this. I was at his house actually, and I had asked him for a cut this one time, and I guess his clippers were fucked up or something. He couldn't cut my hair, but I was right down the street from where I'm talking about. So I was like, all right, cool. Walk in, no appointment. And the wait wasn't crazy. It was like a 30, 45 minute wait.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like 2008 now, right? This is back in 08. So I go to the barbershop, pull up, no appointment, wait like 30, 45 minutes. I was like, all right, that's cool. Get in the chair, and obviously I had never met any of these people before. It was my first time in this barbershop. And they're like, yo, all right, what are you looking for? And I told them, I was like, yo, just, the number 1 and the shape up. All right, cool. Just clippers and a guard only, bro.
Right.
Clippers and guard only. Just like buzz me up. Didn't even use a blade. Shaped me up with the same clippers he cut off the. Yo, I was pissed. Right, real quick. And this nigga charged me $20 in 08 for no blade, no nothing. Yo, I was tight. I didn't even give him a tip. I just paid him $20 and walked out of there. Never went to another barbershop ever again.
You don't tip your barber, you were disrespected. Like,
absolutely.
Right. I feel
this man didn't even use a blade. He didn't use a T outline or nothing. Just use the same. Yo, I was tight.
That's crazy.
Doing the shape up with the same one you cut the hair with. You can't even
nasty.
You can't even get the nasty.
Mm-hmm.
No crisp.
I've been to one of those before.
It was high, but like, yo, I would have just waited for Jay to get a new set of clippers for that. I was fucking pissed, man.
That's crazy.
It hurt giving away those $20.
Remember when sophisticated designs and patterns was the wave in high school? And one of the few places that did a good job in the city, it was like a 2-week wait.
That's sickening.
One of us should probably remember that time more than the rest of us.
Not I.
I'm looking at you, Beam.
I had a guy. See, because I always got a guy. I had a guy at the bottom of my street. I could walk down there, get a haircut in 20 minutes flat. Still hit the corner store to buy 25-cent bag of chips. $25 teeny weeny. Come on, man. I had a guy.
And the 50 cent.
I wasn't waiting in line. I wasn't waiting in line, bro. I hit him up. Like, what's up?
That's crazy.
Oh,
now,
man.
a question for you, Beam. Hype Beast Beam. I need your knowledge. Because there are these red boots, and they're big as fuck. And tell me, a layperson, what the fuck is the deal with these boots?
Yo, so I am only as hype beast as I don't know, man. I'm less hype beast than the average hype beast, so a lot of stuff that I get into is just because I think that shit is kind of like funky.
Okay, so let's do emerging. I'm gonna start with your fledgling hype beast perspective.
So I see these red boots on the internet, and they look amazing, and they just look like a giant, shapeless. It's not really shaped like a real foot or a boot. It's just like the big red boots that you see in like Astro Boy, Crash Bandicoot, just formless red boots, right? So I saw it like, this is awesome. This is awesome. I'm on Twitter and Instagram. Nobody can get the fits right. All the fits are terrible, but people have these red boots. Like they're trying because nobody knows, right? Nobody knows. And then
something we ever.
And then before. I see people on the internet start hating. So instantly, I love it. Instantly, I fell in love with the red boots. So,
so this is a love story.
This is a love story. I love this big red boot. Oh yeah, no, emerging hype beast, right? So I'm like learning as I go
with this red boot.
My experience specifically, I say, I love when shit just breaks the matrix. Somebody just do some shit on the internet and just everybody's looking at it like, what the fuck?
And then the simulation just doesn't know how to handle it.
It's just a big red boot, and it managed to get past everything and be super famous. and video games, like you can see, it comes from like old cartoons and like video games, the way that they shape the boot. So automatically, I'm in.
Isn't it based off of Astro Boy?
That's what they're calling him. I don't know if it actually is.
I couldn't. It's Astro Boy, Dora the Explorer, the monkey boots.
Oh, boots.
No, the monkey. The monkey's his whole thing was his big red boots. Like it exists elsewhere in media. So
Sonic. Sonic has shoes, so.
But they're still big and red, right? But you think big red shoes, now they exist in real life and you can put them on your feet. How have we not gotten big red shoes before?
Yo, so...
The same way we haven't gotten Sora's yellow boots from Kingdom Hearts.
Yet.
Somebody's just got to make them, right? And somebody made some big red boots.
What are my kids?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I just wanted to... It's Mischief. That's what they go by. They do
Mischief?
a bunch of collaborations.
Okay.
It's MSCHF. And they just make a bunch of funky stuff.
Wait, how do you spell it?
I'm not going to shout them out any more than that. It's
MSCHF.
MSCHF. Mischief, basically.
Word.
That's how you say it. So just do a bunch of weird shit. Just do a bunch of weird shit. So
I asked my students what they wanted to see come back in style, and one of them said light up shoes. So that's also a thing on the horizon. I think we should just get in on that right now. I think we should, especially since, men in their 30s, all we care about is RGB or whatever the acronym is called.
Can confirm.
And so we just put them in shoes.
Confirm.
And we put them on. You know what? I'm going to stop. I'm going to save this for the wrap up. This is a podcast, not a business meeting. So I'm going to hold out on my $1 million idea. But I will say that
this one too, bro. This one too.
Oh, I will say that it is. Before we get into like the serious stuff of the docket, I'm going to keep talking about myself because I'm going through a lot right now. Because on top of the barber situation,
I respect it.
On top of the barber situation, I'm also in the process of breaking up with a bunch of Houston eateries and bars, and I'm down bad. I'm down bad right now. Well, so this one wine bar that used to be all right, they did happy hour all day on Sunday, and that was great because like Sunday night, boom, you go down, and it was during the summer, so it was nice out. Sunday night, you go at nighttime, get a couple glasses of wine, and then $20 later you go home and you're good for the night. And then they stopped doing that. All right, whatever. And then I went recently, and their cocktails, their signature cocktails, start at $16, and the drinks are like not that good and sophisticated, and you don't get that much of it for it to be $16. Like starting at 16. Then like the food menu is like, for the portion size, it doesn't match the price and the weight. And like these are all things that like I had pain points I had felt going there before, but like I was usually able to like, you know, wave it away because I usually don't get cocktails, or like the cocktails used to be like $12, $13 and they were fine. But like now it's like just gone significantly downhill. And then I was reading the reviews to see if I was tripping. And nah, like everyone else is talking about this. And the best part is like the owner is attacking people in the reviews. And I love shit like that.
Yo, business 101.
And she, like, this one review was like, oh, the restaurant is really nice. 3-star review. 3-star review. Restaurant is really nice. But I waited a long time for my food or something like that. And then the owner is like, all right, don't come back. I'm just like, yo, you can't do that.
Well, apparently you can.
Like, that's just bad business. Like, yes, you can. Like, that's wild to me. And like, and then another
your
one. Your
money's no good here.
Another like sports bar, another local favorite. Me and Beam just kept getting hoed there. Like every time we would try and go for like the special to save some money, and then they would never put in the special order right. So we're paying regular price. And then there was one time I got violently sick after eating their pizza. So I had to break up with them.
Well, when you eat pizza down there, that kind of tends to happen no matter where you get it from.
I mean, shut your mouth when you're talking to me. Damn. Shut your mouth when you're talking to me. So yeah, now I have to like, door, bro. Now I have to find new places to give my money. I've already successfully replaced like the wine bar with like 2 other bars, but like, oh, that other place, the with the bar food, that hurts. That really hurts.
It hurts. Does it hurt more than your stomach after that pizza? Or
no.
Oh, okay.
That, bro, both ends. Reference. Both ends. That shit had never happened to me before. Oh God.
Oh, no.
I can't ever. When I think about going back there, even to get anything else, I cannot get past that. It's terrible. Man.
Quite literally a bad taste in your mouth. Yeah.
Beam, what have you been holding out on any new local spots? Like, what am I gonna do?
There's so many new spots. Just as fast as the old greats have fallen, new ones have come to take their place just as swiftly, with a brand new fusion idea, brand new business idea, brand new dish, a chef from out of town, out of state,
out of Kathmandu.
Like people have filled the void in my heart very quickly, because I'll have you know, Houston is probably takeout capital of the world. It's like when rated by things that fall into the category, right? So people are out here doing what they do, man. If cocktails, food, there's a bunch of new places popping up everywhere. It's great. I love it. Gotta show you.
So you're saying there's hope?
That's, man, hope is alive, my friend.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I was down there for 4 days, and it was nothing but good eats.
Nothing but good
that's
eats.
true.
And you go to a different place for every meal.
Right. But I'm thinking like locally. Like my local favorites are just very disappointing to me right now.
Damn, you got to come outside. Come outside. Our magical week of March is coming, so outside.
That's true. That's exciting. Other personal developments and things. One of us is now, much like the beloved fictional hero Inspector Gadget, we now have our very own Inspector Cruz. Shout out to you getting a promotion.
Big time promotion. Not big time, but big time for me, because I'm no longer a mechanic, which is great.
Come on now.
And speaking of mechanics, can you tell me about the brakes?
Could never.
Yes.
Could never.
Yes. Love
Could
that
never.
Love that
Yeah, no, it's.
Congratulations,
I mean,
man.
let's see what. Thank you, thanks guys, appreciate it. It's been. I think this last week was my second full week
Mm-hmm.
in that spot, and at least just now, I'm still getting my feet wet or whatever, but the shit's been cake. I'm
Love
sure
that for
like
you.
down the line it'll get more challenging as I learn more things, but right now I'm like an Olympic swimmer in the fucking shallow end, just moving on through, bro. Just moving on through.
Shallow end.
That
I know that's right.
imagery.
I
Oh my!
know
Come
that's
on,
right.
boy. Come on, my Angelou.
So, nah, and I actually, I like this side of it. It's, I'm still learning a lot. I got my own little desk set up, so it's nice. It's a good change of pace. It's a good
That's
change of
dope.
pace.
That's dope.
And
Congrats,
some more
my
money.
guy. Yeah.
And we got another bump coming up because it's review time.
Yes.
So
Another,
doubled up on that.
Another one of those bumps?
No.
No? Oh, okay. Just checking for the
Pay
script,
bump. Pay bump.
Oh, those are also good. Those are also good.
Which one's better?
I'm a teacher, so which one is more likely for me?
That doesn't change anything.
Yes, it kind of changes a lot of things if you think about it. I'm all about access, Which one do I have access to? So,
the latter.
Maybe. Speaking of access, we don't have any access to 3 major developers or, representatives of gaming at E3, which makes me want to call it 3.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is this event when it doesn't have Microsoft, Sony, or Nintendo? But Microsoft is doing events in the area at the same time around.
They're doing the same thing that Sony did a couple of years ago, which it's whatever, but why not just I don't know what E3 did to deserve the big middle fingers from them, but I guess it looks like they decided that they don't need them.
Is it like a everyone takes their ball and go home type deal?
No, I think everyone's still. I think that everyone's still keeping within the same date range and acknowledging E3 and like still kind of making it a gaming week for gamers. I think Cruz is right. Like, we don't need you anymore, E3. Gaming is a huge industry and people got their own marketing departments now. People can rent out their own places, hire their own celebrities.
We started seeing that.
We're in the area of E3 and you can get tickets to E3 and come see us if you want. Like,
I feel like Sony, when they first did it, I think it was before the pandemic, I want to say. And I was like, oh, motherfucker, I was bummed. But as the years went on, and then when the pandemic hit, like, what the did we get an E3 that year? It was very. I don't remember. It was weird. All I remember is getting these very like intimate, acute, like Sony events, and then you have Nintendo Directs, and then I think Microsoft was still doing the E3, but they had their own thing going on. They weren't really focused on what's the word I'm looking for? They weren't really focused on consolidating all of their big announcements in June for E3.
That makes sense. So I did the Googles. Sony has been out of E3 since 2018.
Right before.
And so it does make sense when you guys talk about like they don't really need it and this could still be a cool weekend. But
go ahead.
No, I just like for it to, I want E3, I guess it's like nostalgia for me, right? I want it to still be
exactly what I was about to
say. It's big thing. And like, throw my guy a bone. Like, we get one thing. It doesn't need to be a new game, but at least, have a booth, like something. I don't know. I just think it's just so weird that, like, if you're gonna be there that weekend, like, give them something small, or at least something like where you're insidious about it, and you are at E3 and you have a presence at E3, and you are secretly telling people to leave and go to your other shit. At least do that, and like steal their customers in a more direct sense. For me, I don't know. The lack of presence matters in a it just makes me uncomfortable.
Right. Selfishly, I agree with you. It's like, man, just like over the years, we had so many big, what do we always call them? The big E3 moments. We used to have them all the time. But there's been no big E3 moments for the last 4 years, right?
Right, like a whole new generation.
At
of
least
people
that I
don't
can
know.
recall, like there hasn't. I mean, there's been major announcements and there have been moments, but they've been either before or after or outside of E3. It hasn't been an E3 moment. And I used to always look forward to E3. It was right. Look forward to Christmas in December, and then look forward to E3 in the summer. That was kind of the things that I look forward to for myself. Right, and they were perfectly 6 months apart, but whatever. That's just me being selfish.
Can you get tickets to Nintendo Directs? Are they open to the public? Can you like access tickets to any of the Xbox or PlayStation events? Do we know?
I'm going to defer to our local Nintendo expert here, Jeff.
I would say for Nintendo Direct, those seem to me like produced streams. I don't think there's like any real audience. It's like
there's
just
no
announcements
event
because it's just like from all of the directs that I've seen, like the way that it's spliced, it's kind of like introduction to, it's very segmented and like a streaming kind of like built for viewing versus interaction. I've never seen like an audience there or someone in front of people presenting. It's usually like kind of like what we're doing there behind a desk, previewing what the clips that they're about to show you. But the thing, they just did one recently, I want to say like last week or the week before, and it was the highest viewed one that they've done. I didn't look at it yet because those hoes are long and I've had a busy weekend.
So
but that's generally Nintendo's answer.
Yeah, I asked because I think if you're a gaming company and you're transitioning away from live events and you don't have to be shoehorned into a schedule by some third-party company, then they're trying to sell tickets to get people to show up, you just live stream it. And I think that's what the Xbox Directs do. And like, sure, they have like the video game awards, but most of this stuff, if you could like walk away with something if you live stream it rather than paying for a ticket and going, like incentivize you to watch it online. So, hey, maybe people are at E3 on their phones watching their favorite developer. Maybe it just becomes like well,
I think that's what
like
it's going to be. It's going to be it's going to be a showcase like I would kind of like CES. CES is it's like they do it once a year. It's like a big tech
convention, right? Just let some small exhibition people
electronics,
people
PCs,
do their cosplay,
like monitor hardware.
And they have do they have the interviews still at E3? They like bring famous people and.
I guess we're gonna fucking find out because
right.
I feel like
Microsoft
or Nintendo's gonna be there.
Maybe
it's gonna be all. I feel like it'll be a good time for third-party developers and indies to shine, right?
Yep.
Because they always would be
for E3.
They always would be sprinkled into either Sony's or Nintendo's or Microsoft's, as you know, with the timed exclusives or whatever it is they were working on. But indies didn't really they got shine, but not that much. Maybe. Or like other developers and game companies that aren't exclusively owned. Maybe this is their time to shine.
Yeah, because that was my next question is like knowing all of this and knowing that the major companies aren't coming back, what does E3 look like? And I think an indie like showcase makes the most sense. Well, and it incentivizes the most people to go because like realistically, when you think of like those small indie games and those like really niche developers, like especially the ones you do, like if you're able to, the ones on like available on Game Pass, right? And you like if you're able to represent yourself at like an E3 like thing, like those like developers, like those indie games, like have huge fans. Like think of like small things like what was it, like Castle Crashers or like was
Castle Crashers was the other one. Celeste was a good one.
Celeste,
like so if you could like go and hang out with those guys, that would be crazy. Those guys and gals and days and thumbs. I mean,
they should take E3 on the road. I'm not trying to give them a free game. They should bring it around America.
town. Bring it around.
Bring
Oh,
an
you
E3 to
missed it.
Houston. Bring an E3 to New York. Bring an E3 to, and just make, because you got South by Southwest kind of sticks around. They have like their. I just don't think that there's
Right, you got
anything that's
South by
going that
Southwest,
hard
you have
into
all of
gaming
the
and cosplay, and
TwitchCon. You got the PAX.
you have your anime conventions.
Yep.
You have your comic book conventions. Like E3 seems
Yeah.
like the only gaming. They
Yep.
go heavy handed on that. Yeah, a bright future.
Right,
for
and
E3.
like,
and if they get their
outside
shit
of,
together, I will still buy tickets to E3. Now that I can,
I would too.
I would.
Right.
Like, make it that, and make it cool, and like show us that you made it cool, and then make it open to the public, and we're in there, because that would be fun.
To like further prove the point for like the strength of indie games, like, right, one of the games of the year was an indie game, Stray, right? Like, so imagine like premiering shit like that
Yep.
on like during E3. Like, if you're all right, fine, we can't get Armored Core, but the other game that most other people are going to talk about that season, we're going to get 3 of them. Like,
Well, I mean, there's still a lot of game developers that aren't fully tied to one of the big 3 yet. They're still like active. You got to assume Activision Blizzard is going to do their own.
if they can stop sexually
If they-
harassing
if-
each other.
Oh, I mean that, and if they can get away from the grasp of Microsoft, that deal's still in the works, right?
What do you mean
Or
get
Microsoft
away
just
from
let
the
some-
grass? Why you gotta put it that way? Why you so shady, dog? Damn. Damn.
No,
That's
but
hilarious.
right, you got Activision Blizzard. They always have their own showcase.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming they can, work out whatever deal they got going on, you could expect to see them there.
Everybody's getting acquired. Bungie got acquired.
Dude, yeah, it's really
Bethesda
bad.
got acquired. God dang.
Right,
I feel like
that's
that's
everyone
probably why
spent the last year and a half snatching up these studios.
Epic was acquiring up.
Epic?
Yeah, they were doing a lot of acquiring. Damn, I was trying to think along with you, like who could throw their own showcase, but it's kind of like buried under the big 3.
Amazon Games, maybe.
Oh,
Activision Blizzard just delayed Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4. So they're kind
After
of in
taking
shambles.
away Overwatch 1 from everyone and forcing them, that's crazy.
Everyone.
Crazy to me.
No refunds.
Yeah.
No refunds.
Yeah. that's
And to
wild.
get like it's like a couple thousand to get all of the original skins in Overwatch 2. I thought about playing it, but then my students were like, "Yo, don't solo queue. You're gonna have a terrible time." And I was like, "Fine, I won't do it."
Yeah, no. But, I mean, all the big 3 have acquired enough companies to warrant their own showcase. They don't need, like, again, back to the original point of they don't need E3. And, I mean, we can safely say E3 doesn't, technically need them because they're still holding their own showcases. They have been every year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they did not do one of these years, or am I imagining that?
I don't
I
know.
think they did. They did take
no
a.
E3.
They took a break for like
they
a year.
skipped
Yeah,
probably 2020 or 2021.
very
I know
beginning
they-
of
2020 was canceled.
Right. But the big 3 have enough where's Nintendo has all the IP ever that people are going to keep wanting to go back to no matter what.
And pays $1,000 for
They
it.
can hold their Nintendo Directs. Microsoft is going on and doing its own thing. I don't know what they're going to call it. Sony has their state of plays that they do as often as Nintendo does their Directs. And then they used to do PlayStation Experience, which was their showcase. They did it a handful of times. I don't remember the last time they did it.
I do remember that.
But they will all have their. I think they all have enough. They've acquired enough developers and companies to warrant their own showcases.
And then also with Sony, because of like how the company is built, when the Sony company does their addresses for all their tech, they kind of passively acknowledge their gaming department.
Oh, they
too.
sprinkle it in there, right?
Yeah. So they get double coverage. But we'll see how
I'm
it goes.
interested to see.
yeah.
I'm interested.
2 days ago, they said that E3 said that E3 is definitely still happening. I saw that. So they're going to announce participants soon, and yeah, I'm excited.
Well,
Gaming.
we will circle back to this participants list, and okay. So, quick aside on Nintendo, Those bastards.
Those bastards.
Those bastards. How are you charging $70 for the new Zelda? Like, I know how. And as a shareholder, I get it. But, like, how dare you? How dare you? Like,
what other title to charge that as their first time asking for that? Then sell.
It's the only one they can get away with.
Right.
It's the only one that you can't do it to Mario. Off rip, you can't do it to Mario. Like, Zelda's fans are committed enough, but like, what about this game? Like, for the fact that the Switch is not a powerful system, like, really. So, like, how do you justify this? Especially to buy it digitally. Why am I spending $70 on a digital game on a console that like is not really like going to give me like the greatest graphics, and the file size has to be like somewhat smaller because just what the Switch can like process? How dare you, right? Or am I crazy?
No, you're not crazy. But I mean, I might have spent $60 or $70 on the digital license. So I get it.
I mean, yeah,
if Nintendo's going to do one thing, they're going to get to the bag.
It's going to be $70 for the rest of forever. You know it is.
Maybe
you'll catch it on sale for like $68.99 for Black Friday, but
they will at least do that when their games come out. Well, when their big titles come out, those hoes work.
Especially the single. Zelda you can't trust the single player experience. You couldn't trust Cyberpunk. You could barely trust Witcher, and you know what I'm saying, all those.
But well, Pokemon came out broken, but yeah, Zelda always works.
Zelda's gonna work. Mario's gonna work. Like
always,
it's gonna work. So yeah, it had to be right. Like you said, it wasn't gonna be Mario, so it had to be Zelda and
but like
Sony's charging $70 like for your next gen upgrade. So like whatever, Nintendo's getting to the bag.
Right, for their charging $70 for their last gen upgrade. These motherfuckers.
That's crazy. Crazy. Are we getting DLC? Do we get DLC with the last Zelda, Breath of the Wild?
I couldn't know.
Because I only say that because there are games that are out there existing and giving you deluxe editions, and you're paying 80, 90, 100 anyway. So
yep.
Nintendo's not hitting us with 100.
I only do that with Borderlands.
Right. There are some games out there.
I did it once. I did it once very recently. I don't know how soon you want to pivot to that.
Oh man! All right, so y'all ready to get canceled? Hey, you're a wizard, Harry. You're a wizard, Harry, and not a bigot at all. Oh man,
she had no hands in it.
So,
right?
Como said he said canceled Cruz is gonna report to us about his wizardy anti-trans adventure.
It's not anti-trans. It's super inclusive, bro. Super inclusive to all things, including beasts and imaginary things that don't exist. It's so inclusive.
So what is the gameplay like? Like, what is the story?
First and foremost, flowers for Portkey Games, because they put out a fabulous product. Where's the button?
Where's the button? Don't yell at me, okay?
So hats off to them because they wow.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Hats off to them because they put out a really good game. Gameplay, in my opinion, flawless. It's very fun. The gameplay grabbed me. The story is there. Jeff, if you weren't...
do say more words. So what is the gameplay like? What are you doing? It's open world. Like, I know
open world
next to nothing about this game in real life.
That's what I was about to say. Jeff, this game, if you could get over that hump, which you probably never will because it's you.
There are other humps that I can't get over, but continue.
If you could get over what it is and the world that it's about, this game is right up your alley. Very dense RPG, gameplay, mechanics, skill trees, huge open world. No load screens once you're booted in. Combat
That's
is fluent. You can mix up a lot of your combos. You can. There's too much. It's too much. I think I'm about 20 hours in, and in terms of main story progression, I'm at like 32%. I've just been walking around doing side quests.
So proud of you. So proud of you.
I got, flying around on the broomstick is really good. We're talking about Hogwarts Legacy. I don't know that we exclusively.
Oh yeah, I don't know if we ever said that specifically.
So we're talking about Hogwarts Legacy. Very good. As early as
what is the main story? What are you trying to do?
So you start off as a 5th year, which is, according to the game, if anyone's familiar with Hogwarts, all the little students get their little letter and they start off as first years at, I don't know, 12, 13 years old, whatever the fuck it is. Your character comes in to Hogwarts as a 5th year. So he's like well behind the ball, but he gets his letter as a 5th year. Right.
Damn.
And you are able to see traces of this ancient magic that has only happened to a handful of other people, like, ever in history. And you're basically trying to stop this ancient magic from falling into the hands of some really bad people, is basically the premise of the game.
Got it.
All that while being a student and learning how to do magic shit because you've never have, and you're really late to the party of doing so.
Oh, yeah. That's cool. What is your favorite thing to do so far? What is like your favorite spell or whatever?
The combat's really fun. All the damage dealing spells.
Nice.
So there's not a skill tree, but there's maybe like 16 or 17 so spells. You have the 3 unforgivable ones. I haven't gotten there yet. You have damage dealing spells, which are fire and ice, and then you have manipulation spells where you can like make something float. You can grab something and pull it towards you. Or
I would hit my enemies with chairs.
Yeah, you could do that. It's so great. It's so satisfying to sling things across the map and smack enemies. Or you can grab the enemies towards you and fuck them up. It's like the combat is great. It feels very fluid. It's not like I was pleasantly surprised that as big as this game is, that there wasn't any crazy like bugs or game breaking bugs. They nailed it.
Are you doing keyboard mouse?
Fuck no.
God forbid. Controller?
Right here, baby. DualSense. Come on now.
Yeah. You see that, Beam?
You see it?
You see it?
Nope.
You see it?
I see nothing.
No, but very, very fun. I'm still like, I look forward to playing it whenever I get a chance, and it hasn't bored me at all. Like, just exploring the map is massive. It's not just Hogwarts and Hogsmeade. There's like, it's a very big map. Excuse me. Oh, were you about to ask a question?
Yes. So, how have you been able to like block out all the things that have come with the game to like enjoy it?
I'm very good at compartmentalizing. The memes are hilarious.
So good.
The memes are hilarious.
Here for all the jokes all the time.
I feel like they were based on very little to no grounds. They're like all the memes,
like the best memes are.
Right, right. But everyone who was like against this game is a hypocrite, in my opinion, and the way that they were going about it. But that's neither here nor there. What I was going to say is, and I'll stop soon because I ate up a good chunk of time talking about this game. Everyone should go buy it and go play it.
But what if you're like me and you actually, above everything else, don't care about Harry Potter? That's my big thing. I just don't care. I'd still say you don't need to enjoy Harry Potter to enjoy the game. It's a very good game. If you liked Elden Ring, I love Elden Ring.
You'll like this game. And what I was going to say is that as early as it is in the year for games, I'll go out and say that this will be my game of the year, and very possibly could make a case for itself for being game of the year.
I see this I respect the flag that you're planting on this one because I also see this being a contender for a game. I want this to be a contender for
It'll
the game
definitely
of the
be nominated. No doubt about it.
I want this to be the bar.
But it's very early in the year to say that. But I have full confidence that this game will, at the very least, be nominated, if not win Game of the Year.
I would love for this to be the bar.
This was the one that I pre-ordered. When was the last time I pre-ordered a game?
Right, we don't do that on this side except for
Definitely
when we
don't.
Except for
Pre-ordered digital deluxe. I was all in. Give me all of it.
Nice. Beam, are you playing anything besides Destiny?
Yo, I'm about to play Civilization 6 again because they just announced Civ 7.
Yo, I'm down. I'm in.
15-year campaign.
Dog,
Let's do this.
dog. I did that one
I have
campaign
the
a couple
means
months
now.
ago, and it's very
Yo,
easy to pick up.
I'll throw in on it.
Let's do this.
Civ is coming.
All right. Let's go. That's exciting.
Civ 6 has been on sale countless times. Do I pull the trigger on Civ 6 on sale, or are we waiting for the new and improved Civ 7?
No, we got to get our feet wet now. So after the show, folks, we're gonna start streaming our Civilization 6 sessions, and you will watch a friendship of 20 years fall apart over fictional societies because I am a petty monster and I hold grudges.
1,300-year-long wars.
Till we all die, baby. Till you wipe me out or I wipe you out. That's just my thing. I would have been great as a model UN person. We declare war.
Why? Because
I can't, bitch. Because I'm Nicaragua. The fuck.
That's
oh,
nice.
man. So, moving on. Other problematic things. Let's just go all the way. And now to this screaming, hazardous, radioactive dumpster fire that is the DC Cinematic Universe. DC stands for don't continue to me. Because what are we even doing anymore?
Their best.
So, I want y'all's opinion on James Gunn's new slate. The new 10 projects are Superman Legacy, Lanterns, Swamp Thing, Booster Gold, The Brave and the Bold, Waller, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, Creature Commandos, Paradise Lost, and The Authority. Reactions, feelings about like the things that are coming up for DC.
I'm interested.
Beam?
I think he's going to at least, if nothing else, give a solid game plan of what to expect. Because as a casual DC fan, I don't know who the DCU's Joker is. I don't know who the DCU's Batman is. I don't know who's Superman. There's like 2 Flashes. I don't know. So
2 Flashes, 7 Jokers, 5 Batman.
I don't know what's happening.
It's
as
bad.
a casual fan. So maybe I'm perfect for this. And I see James Gunn. I don't know. He was problematic, right? Because didn't he get like fired from Marvel for something or other? I don't know.
Yeah, and then they bought him back.
But like they love problematic white men to do comic books. Zack Snyder was a mess, and they just keep rallying around him.
What is that? And
then so like they released
Snyder Cut and then
they released
filter like
Black Adam, and then like a month after Black Adam didn't do numbers, they're just like, you know what, we're gonna reboot the whole thing.
Good.
And then now,
fan, I don't know what you're doing. Do better.
Right?
Marvel's got it for years now. Just do the same thing. Give us an actor, give us a setting, give us these movies in a slate. Tell us what's coming, and then we can watch it. This grand vision, and not have it splintered every 3, 4, 5 years.
87,000 fucking, which is exactly what the Flashpoint movie is about to do. So good luck with that, Beam.
And like, so now with the Flash movie, we're on another Batman, but we're getting Michael Keaton back as Batman. And if you're
This is not for me. I take it back. This is not for me.
Okay. Now, if you are any between the ages of like 35 and up, that news is probably exciting to you because like Michael Keaton was one of the earlier Batmans, but like Beam is saying, this shit is not for me. I'm over like the de-aging technology shit. Like I actively don't care about the earlier Batmans. And they're supposed to still be teasing. I think Batman 2 with Robert Pattinson is still coming out this year.
Yes, Batman number 76. Got it. That one.
And that's confusing as fuck. And like I still can't imagine or fathom how DC and Warner Brothers like they're really like at fault for some of these things. Warner Brothers specifically. Warner Brothers scrapped an already made Batgirl movie.
Yo, scrap the whole thing.
The whole fucking thing.
Recorded it, filmed, edited. ready to be released, and they're like, maybe not. Let's just shelf it.
And we sat through an entire motherfucking summer of terror with this person, Ezra Miller, stealing, kidnapping, like legit grooming kid, like, and we're gonna pretend like none of this happened and watch a movie behind this man because it has like Michael Keaton in it, and then it's worse because there's two of them in the movie, so it's like double predator. Like, like I don't understand why, like how we got here. Like
it's gonna be messy. It's gonna be very messy.
Is the movie going to do numbers?
I don't know. I mean, if Michael Keaton has the power,
there are super fans.
Right.
All of that shit null and void.
It's happening.
I think it will. My hope is that they don't proceed with this man after. I hope they like introduce another Flash and the whole.
The dude Grant Austin.
Grant Gustin, yeah.
Yes.
He's a really good. The one from the CW TV shows.
Yes, the only Flash we ever need. All right, so it needs to break 200 million to meet its budget, according to my very quick Google search.
Well, it wouldn't be outside of the realm of possibility because I stopped watching that series, but right before I stopped watching that Flash series, they had a crossover episode with a bunch of other Flashes, and the Ezra Miller's Flash was in there in that episode. It was all right. This was before he was kidnapping and choking out innocent bar goers.
It's funny because it's true. Oh god, yeah. 200 million. That's a steep number, though. I mean, all things considered, they can probably do it.
It's a stacked cast. You know, a couple of millions out of that was just for that Super Bowl promo. So I don't know.
Yeah, because the Black Adam cost DC and Warner Brothers $210 million, and it made $389 worldwide.
200 of which was solely for The Rock, probably.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And like The Rock sent all of it to like his family in like the Polynesian Islands or whatever the fuck.
The Polynesian Samoa.
Right. And Jason Momoa was there. They did a luau and some other like really general borderline racist shit. Yeah.
Oh man, Beam, you sure you don't have any? You look like severely uninterested in the whole DC.
I can't.
Nothing.
I don't know, man.
Not with it.
Everything, like I said, it's too confusing. There's too many characters, and all I can do is wait for them to get it right. Give me a cast that I can count on being there and is not going to get arrested in Hawaii for like for manslaughter and grand theft auto and kidnapping and I don't know.
Human trap.
Green Lantern? I don't know. Is he black?
They're in there.
Is Green Lantern black again?
Ooh,
probably not.
I don't know.
He has to be.
There are
John
answers.
Stewart is the only Green Lantern.
Come on. I got questions that need answers. Cyborg, what's happening with Cyborg?
Go on.
Come on.
Gone.
So
He was
you've got a
he was
lot of
very up in
stuff to
arms.
get me, a Marvel fan, in your realm, and I don't even like Batman because he's just, I don't even know. We're not even gonna go there.
Yeah, the
There's not even
cyborg
enough
actor
time for
was
me
like,
to talk about it. Just beating up mentally ill people and throwing them in jail, bro. Come on now, you're rich. You got billions of dollars. Beat up homeless people.
I will say there is a really interesting Batman comic where the Joker like rehabilitates himself and sues like Batman in the city of Gotham.
Send me that.
With
Yes.
I gotta find it. I got you.
Send me that.
So let's talk about some things. So I'm gonna sit back a little bit because I am a piece of human garbage and I've only gone through the first episode. But only because I cried a lot and I was just like, I am very tired and I'm gonna get to this show, I promise you. But The Last of Us, gentlemen, talk to them. What has been the journey for y'all week by week? Okay, so Cruz is
I'm
done a
going
great
last.
job.
Crying.
I want that sound
I'm
bite.
step.
No, you.
I'm breaking the
All right,
contract, so
I'll
you
let
can
you-
talk about The Last of Us.
All right. Okay. Did you play the game, Jeff?
Yeah,
Okay, so you played the game. All right, so I can get into some slight spoilers.
let's go as
we're gonna-
deep as
we're-
you want, Daddy.
Hey, yeah, all right, that's my time. According to my watch right here, it says it right there. That's my time, y'all. It's been real. No, so full spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen the show or played the game in terms of how far the show's gotten in comparison to the game. Huge fan of the series. Did not like the third episode. They, outside of the third episode, they pretty much have been following the game beat for beat. Great casting choices, I think. Whoever's in the writing room, keep doing your thing, except for the third episode. And I like where they're going. I like the pacing.
Wait, what about the
I
third
like
episode?
how-
Wait, what?
Oh, we're gonna get to
Oh my
it.
God.
We're gonna get to
What
it.
was the third episode?
I like.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Oh,
Yep,
okay.
yep.
Yes, you know what I'm talking about. So, like the pacing, like the writing, like the casting choices, like where they're going with the show. I love how they really took the source material and just let that be the foundation. They did a really good job with adapting from the game to the big screen or the little screen. Beam, anything on what I said so far or not?
No, I love the show. I love it through and through. I think it's been a banger. This might be the best show of the year.
Nice. What has been everyone's like favorite moment? Like, what has been the moment that just like either like sold you or like reduced you to a pile of ashes? So, like for me, obviously,
Multiple.
it's in like episode 1 where
The intro.
you know, if you've played the game, you know how it goes. You know that his daughter doesn't survive. But I was like so full of hope in marijuana, and I was just like, we're gonna make it somehow. And then when the inevitable happened, I was a fucking mess. I had to like stop what I was doing. I had to pause the show, walk around, hug Benji, then go back in. That's probably why I haven't watched anymore, because I was just like, I can't do this every fucking Sunday. Shit to do
Even
on
knowing
Monday.
that, it's still weighed heavy. Even knowing where things are going and how they're going to play out. it's
Right,
still
that's
heavy.
the worst
So
part.
I've been watching it. I've been watching it with Denise, and she like saw me play the game when it launched way back when. I think it was like 2013 or something like that. So she saw me play bits and pieces of the game because I was a maniac and up all night playing it. So she gets the premise, but she has no idea of like any major moments. So that first episode, tears, and she is also fully invested.
So, Beam, what are your big reactions? Any other big reactions besides, or what was your moment? Your favorite moment of the show so far?
God, I mean, obviously the first episode, right? I get a little wary, I guess, because of Game of Thrones. You follow the source material a little too closely, and then I don't know. There are some things that when they took their creative liberties and like diverting from the game because the game a lot of the game was the gameplay. A lot of the different set pieces in the game were like, you can tell they were made to be played through because it was a puzzle that was engaging your mind, and that would not come across correctly on TV. So I appreciate the changes in the episode. And a lot of the
they diverged.
Backstory and stuff.
I would say the pieces that they diverged in were well thought out, and it still kept the OG players and fans engaged, and it didn't take away too much from the overall picture of where they're going in the theme. But they did pick very good spots to diverge from the source material,
except for episode 3.
Except for episode
love episode 3.
What happened in episode 3 to upset Papa Cruz so much?
Beam, did you really enjoy the third episode?
I enjoyed,
honestly.
I enjoyed the third episode wholeheartedly, absolutely,
in its entirety.
As exactly as it came across on screen.
So, I don't know if this is a hot take.
I hope so.
But I did not. I feel like you can watch the first and last 10 minutes of episode 3 and go about your business. So this was one of the points that I don't agree with, and when they diverted from the video game, because it was such a, like, I get why they didn't, but it was such a waste of Bill's character to not have them go through what they went through in the game. It was so wasted. Like, the dynamic between Joel, Ellie, and Bill in the game is hilarious. They had so many funny moments, and they really... So in the game, you run into Bill's town.
Right, and he's the one man who runs the whole town. Right.
He's by himself. You meet Frank, but Frank's never alive in the game. And when you get to the town, you set off a couple traps. Bill comes and saves you. And your initial interaction with Bill as Joel and Ellie is a bit hectic because he's not sure if you guys have been bitten. He cuffs Ellie up. It's a very funny, like, intense sequence between the three of them as their first time meeting.
Mm-hmm.
In the game, it's kind of like the show where they're going to Bill because they need something from him, and apparently Bill owes them a favor, right? So in the game, you meet up with Bill, and you're like, yo, I need a car. And Bill's like, fuck, you need a car? I need things too, bro. Like, figure that shit out. And Joel kind of strong arms him. He's like, yo, I need a car. You have something in this town to put one together, or to get one running. So you spend a good portion of the campaign scavenging the town for parts. You run into clickers, you run into runners and other infected. And it's a funny, intense, like, there's some good sequences in the game while they're collecting parts to get this running car, which happens to be the blue pickup truck that they drive off in the series. You lose all of that. You don't get to experience any of that in the TV show because it focuses so much on Bill and his relationship with Frank.
So you said that Frank is not alive in the game.
No, you stumble across Frank after you gather the last piece to the pickup truck.
So Frank is alive in the show.
Frank is alive and well in the show, and they do a deep dive into their relationship, which is fine, whatever, but I didn't fucking need that. I wanted Bill, Joel, and Ellie to go on their adventure and have their banter and have their good moments. I get why they did it. I feel like they did a deep dive on that to check a box, is what I feel like. Because in the game, again, you never meet Frank. You meet Frank, and he's where Bill left him. He's dead. He gets really sick, and spoilers, and they don't show him, but he hangs himself in one of the houses in his town. You stumble across him after you find the last piece to get the car running, and he left a note. He leaves a note for Bill that reads whatever, whatever, whatever. Kind of how in the TV show, Bill and Frank leave a note for Joel and Ellie. So there's similarities in the show, but I feel like it was a wasted opportunity and a waste of Bill's character for that whole episode. You do this whole deep dive on Bill and Frank, and then you immediately kill them off the same episode. And you missed out on a good amount of character development and banter between the three of them. And they just happened to fucking find a perfectly good Chevy S10 that Bill kept in running condition for them. Like, all right.
Beam. What about episode 3 made your heart smile for you to say you like it wholeheartedly?
So, from the beginning of the show, we knew it was going to be emotional. Those who played the game especially knew how deep the story gets. And when we're talking about diverting away from the source material to take your creative liberties, during that part of the game, like we said, you're scavenging through the town, you're letting traps off, you're shooting clickers, you're fighting these enemies left and right, you're stabbing things in the neck, and right, Frank's dead and all that stuff. That's all fine and good. I don't want to see an episode where Joel's the superhero. That's not the way that this TV show is being set up whatsoever. This is going to be a TV show about humanity, right? Is how I gathered from their creative liberties in the show. Things will translate well in the game where you can go through a tough sequence and you're playing and you're doing all the stealth stuff, and then somebody breaks the tension with something funny. That is great in a video game. Now, when we're talking about changing things, we make Frank alive, Bill's alive, and they get along in this working relationship that we've established that Joel is just, kind of broken man. He's making do with who he has in Tess. Bill is now a friend-ish, right? Just a skeptical friend, but a friend-ish. We got a little bit of backstory about where the cordyceps came from, right? I don't remember much of that in the game. And then we're making it a human thing right now. This person got bit, and we brought in the greatest lady ever to come in, and we got to make sure that they didn't get bit between 12 other people. We don't know where these 12 other people are that got bit. We got to bomb the whole town. I didn't see none of that in the game. I probably could have read collectibles or something, but it's a video game. I didn't do that. Right. So to me, I'm reading all the codexes, entries.
The backstory was really
I'm not doing all. So you're introducing backstory. So now we have episode 3, which of course, the United States of America is in a culture war right now. And everybody thinks everybody's doing everything, like you said, to check a box, right? I've heard that before. This is a story about 2 men who were gay already. We were able to not just, hey, here's a gay character, his partner's dead, and now we're just like having Joel be a superhero. No, we're going to make these 2 gay characters alive. We're going to show the humanity of what happens when somebody is so, like, it's a bad situation. You go inwards, right? And you're trying to protect yourself and you don't care about anything or anybody. You will shoot anybody for any reason. And that's no way to live, right? And he meets Frank. And this is how you change the story, right? Now, if he meets Frank and then they grow in a relationship, and then all of a sudden Bill is this protector character. And he's not just this heartless banter who just like gay lover is dead somewhere. It's like, no, now these 2 gay people now have a relationship on screen. You can tell us a different story where it's not so dark, but just how even in the worst of times, you can find like love, you can find hope, you can find companionship when you didn't think there was any, like, and it was just a more beautiful way for them to go out on screen as a TV show, as you can be a gay person in this world and not see another story where a gay person is just dead and lonely and gone. No, you gave a beautiful story of 2 men who fell in love with each other.
Or just for the sake of being right.
Just, you can be inclusive in that way. You don't have to have Frank rope in the story and tell that story. You can make it better. You can make it about humans connecting with each other. Humans who were once hard, softened, and then they go out together. Fine. You're old, you're 80, you guys have had steak and rabbit every night. You've given meals to people. You've protected yourself. You helped Joel and Ellie. What a beautiful way to show how awful the world is, that people can still be with each other and okay and cool. And then you still got the banter in the letter at the end where Ellie makes the joke of Bill's letter. Like, it's in there if you could see it. Like, the nods to the actual game are there, but on TV, tell the story about what would happen if mushroom cordyceps took over the world, and there was just this old fucking 50-year-old guy who lost everything and now has to transport a girl from Boston to Wyoming. He's not gonna have 25 shotguns and a backpack with 80,000 bullets in it and wrapping himself. It's like
nail bombs.
You gotta do something better than that. You gotta make it a humanities thing, because that's what's gonna keep people engaged, feeling like, damn, this is some shit that like could actually happen, and this is what humans would do in this situation. It's not a game; it's a TV show. Guys, this is what it is, and that's what made my heart smile. Like, y'all took this liberty to make this story a lot more beautiful than it originally was, and show humanity in a beautiful light in a terrible situation. Love when that happens.
Right, because otherwise the world is dark as fuck,
and we have enough of that.
And people thinking about like what you were saying about it being for TV, like too much darkness, you'll lose people. And especially HBO, like their literal darkness makes people very angry. They don't know how to shoot dark scenes.
So now you take a tragic gay story and make it a beautiful gay story and give it to people who know the game and people who don't know the game. And now you have representation, which always matters. Because it was tastefully and beautifully done. It wasn't shoehorned in. I thought it was tasteful. I thought it was... They were gay. They were gay no matter what.
No, which is fine. And I think what bothered me about it was I wasn't expecting the whole episode to be just that. I had to wait till the end of the episode to get anywhere with the two characters that I was already invested in, which is Joel and Ellie. And then you take that beautiful relationship away from us just as quickly as you gave it to us. Was my qualm with it.
The rest of the show will be about Joel and Ellie. We're universe building at this point. As in my personal opinion,
as is evident by the fourth episode. The fourth episode with Henry and Sam was very good. I think it was my second favorite. The fifth episode was my favorite episode of them getting out and the fucking bloater coming through. It was crazy. That whole sequence was nuts.
So again, I also love that episode, and I think another creative liberty that they took in that episode where Joel just looks up and goes, "Yo, this dude sucks at sniping," and then he gets up there, and this fucking old man, right in the game, he's this action star, and they're like, "Holy shit, this dude's gonna pop our fucking head off!" Now I got a action star through here, fight off clickers, fight off. It's not an action show, right? So they just said, "Yo, we're gonna make this change."
I get why. So to real quick, I get why they introduced that bloater there. It wouldn't have made sense because in the game they introduced a bloater while you're running through the town, getting your shit with Bill. It wouldn't have made sense to do that in that episode. So I get why they did that. It made a lot more sense in the show to introduce a more progressively infected person at that point in time when they were already on the run. So now, that was the first time seeing our main characters, our main cast, have to go up against both of the bad guys, being the infected and people at the same time. It was crazy. I think it was a good choice.
They're doing a fantastic.
And the sequence was nuts.
They're doing a fantastic
post-apocalyptic society. I like that this is where, because we've talked about.
But you could, the way that The Last of Us sets it up, it makes you seem like even if you think that you couldn't, like the things that people would be out there doing, like for real. Like everybody finds their.
I'll be out here wilding.
Yeah.
My nigga, I would try to be a warlord so bad.
You would absolutely thrive in a zombie apocalypse. You have my
sword. Give me a child army.
Okay, never mind. Backing out.
Child rebel army. Whatever.
And that's all the time we have here today.
Show of the
year. People stopped listening to us when we started talking about Harry Potter, so I can say whatever I want.
That's facts.
Watch this episode do the best that we've done so far.
Oh god.
Everyone tunes in.
Oh god. So gosh, anything else for The Last of Us?
Go watch it.
I'll probably do that. Homework. That's fine. I'll do that today. So I will say that we talked about this before, that people like studios are running out of books to do revamps, and there has been a grab at gaming IPs. And some adaptations have gone really well, like the first season of The Witcher, and nothing else after that. And
really, are they on? What, are they like on season 3 or something?
there's like season 3, and there's like a prequel season, and
and then there's like Liam Hemsworth or some shit.
Have I? Okay, so I have not gone down my Witcher rabbit hole on this podcast. I'm not going to do it now. I need to get my shit back together. But boy, how they have maligned that series.
Damn.
So I'm going to finish my research and just know that the source material that Henry was going so hard for is so goddamn good. Like the written Witcher series, all of them hoes are good. All of them. I think there's 5 or 6 of them hoes. And one of the things that is hard about older literature, especially like, I don't even think it's that much older, but you think about like where you need to shift things and refocus parts of the story. And then in general, like women characters, especially if it's written by men, like women characters aren't real characters a lot of the time, or they're taken for granted. But the women in the Witcher series have agency. They have like their own wants and shit. And the story like focuses on them. So like there was more than enough like Netflix could have done, but fuck them. But also Sonic 1 and Sonic 2, both phenomenal gaming remakes.
Yes, I agree. Very good adaptations. Transferred very well over to the big screen.
And so I think we're in a good spot. I'm interested to see what this new Henry Cavill project is with Warhammer, even though I know nothing about Warhammer lore. I just scroll past that shit on Reddit. But yeah, it's interesting. I hope that we never get a live action remake of Pokemon. And I just want to take this moment and recognize a real one. And that real one is Ash motherfucking Ketchum.
Let's go.
Because he, after like 25 motherfucking years, like my dude, I remember watching as a kid, and this motherfucker is like, for Saturdays on top of Saturdays on top of Saturdays until we're like years of Saturday morning cartoons in. He's gathering all these badges. He's having all these bullshit battles where he somehow wins in the end through the power of connection with his friendship Pokemon. He will always get to the championship, and this man would get washed. Like, he wouldn't even make it to the finals.
I use with a Charizard and a Greninja.
And he finally fucking won. He finally won after like 25 years. And the crazy part is, like, I still have to watch the episode, but none of his friends were there. Tracy wasn't there. Brock wasn't there. Misty wasn't there. You know who was there? Jesse James, and Meowth. That's crazy.
That's hard.
That's crazy.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard.
They were there for our boy.
After trying to steal Pikachu for 2.5 decades.
Dog.
Crazy.
Most beautiful callback ever. Like, I cannot... that is the best touch ever. Like, not only does he win, but of all the people, it is Team Rocket, like the OG Team Rocket.
That's crazy, because the ops could show love sometimes. You don't got to go to the grave with it. Although Misty didn't show up because she never got her bike, I'm sure. How you in the Elite Four? And
are you kidding? I would have been the first bitch.
He didn't invite her. He didn't invite her.
You coming up off that prize money, ho?
Nah, she had the poster on the wall. Don't let this girl in. She can't be here right now. And the homie she was rolling with, they both can't come.
And the bike was to save Pikachu, man. That shit was completely warranted. Fuck that bike.
It was not. Especially when them hoes was like $7 million game dollars. Like, that's why you got to get a voucher.
Do they even have vouchers anymore?
Man hooked me up with it for the free advertising.
Yo, so
pay a dime.
Pokemon obviously up there as one of them. But what are like the most influential pieces of media for y'all growing up? Like, Pokemon up there for me for sure. Yu-Gi-Oh! Up there for me for sure. The most influential one Cruz, you gotta fuck with me on this one. The Three Ninja series.
Absolutely. That wasn't the one I was thinking of, but yes.
That's like my third one. If I had to choose three, it's like the Three Ninja series, fucking Rocky Cole.
Rocky loves
Emily. Bro.
Classic. I was going to say Power Rangers, bro. You got to put Power Rangers
right.
up there. Come on now. Mighty Morphin, Power Rangers in Space with a banger intro.
Oh my God. In
Come
space.
on now.
They did 2 seasons in space. I think they did Andromeda too.
Yeah. Power Rangers definitely up there. Spider-Man animated series. My introduction to Spider-Man.
Nice.
Bobby's
The
World.
90s one where he was like, Bobby's World.
Let's go.
Damn, are we just going to pop
Little
names off
Bear.
real quick?
Vibes.
Little
Vibe.
Bear. Yo, Face from Nick Jr.
You want to know what shaped me in the vibe?
Yes,
Legends of the Hidden Temple, bro. I was a Nickelodeon kid.
Talk to
Hard.
Talk to him.
Bro, that's crazy.
Double Dare 2000. Come on now.
I did not.
Guts. Y'all remember Guts?
Dude,
Nah,
yeah.
Ren and Stimpy.
Yes,
Let's go.
yes, dog.
Oh, man.
What a classic.
Rugrats.
No, yeah, I need.
Yeah.
I like.
Big Nickelodeon kid.
I honestly believe that's why we are the way we are, because like all those most influential things, like friendship, was shoved down our throats in every form of media growing up. I don't know what the deal is with current media. I don't know what the overarching theme is with Adventure Time, because it's more like an adventure episode, like series and shit. Maybe just ride for your nigga if you Jake. But goddamn, fucking, what a time to be alive. Remember Saturday morning cartoons?
I do.
Crazy.
So good.
Oh man. So winding down into some new flavor for your ears. I have gotten three Daniel Caesar songs this year. 3 of them hoes. And you know who's over all 3 of those songs? The children I teach. And you think I care? Absolutely not. Going to keep running this song over and over and over and over until you can't go outside. But yeah, new Daniel Caesar. I'm not going to spend an actual 3 minutes screaming about it. But yeah, new Daniel Caesar. And also, new Nick Beam.
Hey.
Yes, sir. Yes,
The
sir.
boys are tripping.
So,
and the trips are for the boys, and it's going to be a beautiful time at the rodeo, and music is coming out, and big red boots are going to be worn.
now, what was the process? What was the process like making this one? Because like you've been making music for a minute, and like obviously things change, we evolve, right? So what was the process like making this one? Because it's like not a solo Beam joint. It is a collab track, correct?
It is a collab track from
With
Nick Beam and your boy AMB with an extra feature on one of the songs in our 2-pack.
Ooh.
Talk to him.
Mr.
Talk to
Nooch,
him.
who doesn't rap a lot, but when he raps a lot, he raps a lot.
He be rapping
a lot.
Yeah.
So, Hammer Down,
Yes, sir.
20s
Yes.
and 1s coming to you
Let's
very,
go.
very soon. So the process of making these are,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? Put a beat on
Grueling.
and say, yo, A and B, freestyle. That's it. Game over. Game over.
Yo, it really is.
He will-
It really is, yo. Witness firsthand.
I'm not gonna give up too much game, but A and B is the secret piece because he'll rap over a 5-minute beat without stopping, and he'll have like 3 or 4 tight bars in the song that I then extract and make a song out of. That is how Hit Factory makes the hits.
Nice.
It's cheating, really.
So then A&B is
Unfair.
a fantastic freestyler. Shout out to him. He listens to so much Lil Wayne. He could flow like he's actually a professional rapper. He just understands rhythms and
He
flows.
doesn't even write.
He
It's so
doesn't write.
unfair.
He could do bar at a time. We just take it easy, bar at a time. So all you see
What a
right
miracle.
there is what you're gonna hear is off the dome. No writtens, man.
100%.
100%.
No writtens. We don't do that. Jay-Z doesn't. We don't.
Come on now.
Except I do. Now, so the Grammys happened.
The what?
Yeah, right.
Was that
I
when
don't know.
Rihanna performed?
People won things. No.
Yeah. And revealed her baby to the world.
It's the only music I care about. So Grammys did happen.
Seriously, so the Grammys did happen, and that's all we got time for with the Grammys, folks. Because
That's it.
that's it. People won, people wore things, and
And
no
some
one was
people lost
assaulted.
and some people
So,
didn't wear.
right. Chris Brown was upset he didn't win, but surprise, surprise. I think that's the
Probably
only
upset
piece.
about something else too.
Only piece of Grammy news that I cared about is that like Chris Brown was upset he lost to Robert Glasper in an R&B category, but like if you know music, you know how reasonable that is. So that's that on the Grammys, folks.
Did anybody that
Being
we
a
like
fucking
win
kid.
anything? I mean, I know Beyonce. She won. Kendrick won.
Beyonce standing up before they announced that she won.
love that energy.
That is crazy.
Love that energy.
As soon as they announced her
Lizzo.
as a nominee, she just got up.
Lizzo won. We love Lizzo here. Let me see.
Well,
I'm just gonna scroll.
I don't know who fucking Wet Leg is.
I don't know who.
But the fact that where is the category? The fact that the car did not win a Grammy, the car by the Arctic Monkeys, that bothers me to my soul, and that's another reason why I'm shading the fuck out of the Grammys this year, is because I can't believe it.
Oh, Future. We don't, I just want to acknowledge that some of our favorites are getting acknowledged, and we should acknowledge our favorites, obviously, rather than the award show itself. So shout out to Robert Glasper and Beyonce and Future, Drake and Thames,
And not Wet Leg.
and not Wet Leg.
Not them
Shout out
specifically.
specifically to the
How is,
Arctic
like-
Monkeys.
Yes, them
Them
specifically. God damn it. I'm so sad. But it's fine. I'm going to stop looking at this list and I'm going to do some deep breaths and then I'm going
Bad Bunny
to
too.
remember the
Shout out.
time that because the internet didn't win. I hate the Grammys. I hate them so much.
What won that year?
I don't know.
Because the internet.
I don't know.
Fucking Rick Rubin. That's Nah, I'm mad that happened too. Stupid.
Yeah, man. Oh, man. All right. So any last thoughts for the people at home or in their car or walking down the street or however they're listening to this? Any last final bits of knowledge or information?
So just a little
things
bit
you wanted
more
to
about
cover?
music. Skrillex dropped an
Yes.
album the other day.
Didn't he drop 2?
The build up, bro. The build up, bro.
Oh,
Well,
Damn,
he just
spoilers
dropped
as fuck, bro.
the fucking
Jesus.
second one. I was gonna say the first one has some pretty
Dropped
good
the two-piece.
standout tracks for me myself. I haven't gotten to the second one yet, but just an absolute masterclass in production and audio engineering. So if you have a second to vibe, and it's not just like 2012 bang your head out dubstep. He's making like very
Skrillex.
good electronic music, and he's got some of our favorites like Sway Lee, Mary J.
Thank you. I
Blige,
needed that.
Missy Elliott. And then it's
I loved him on
second one.
on his feature with the collab with
If
What's
you
Her Face for Kingdom
had
Hearts
not,
3.
if you had not told me that just now, Beam, I would have never listened to this album.
I know, but he's very, very good at making music, and his dub. He took over, right, and he's always been there producing here and there, but like this is his music that he's giving to us, and like it's good, it's good. It's
Word.
high energy. It's good.
It's cool.
Adding it to the queue.
It's
Adding
cool.
it to the queue as we speak.
I'll be back to talk about his second album because I saw another Sway Lee feature, and I'm about to go burn some sage.
Yeah, I'm
And,
with you on that one. That's my homework I'm assigning myself.
It's Shrem season, right?
Shrem
like
for
it's
life.
getting hot out
They just dropped 4 absolute banger singles, man.
in a row.
In a
right?
row.
And wasn't it week after week?
Oh my
And we got 2 Sway Lee appearances.
God, Trim for life.
I-
dog.
Listen, all right. So as soon as we hang up, I got to go to the gym because we about to be outside all summer, baby.
All summer.
About to be outside. Oh man. So Skrillex, we got to. That's everyone's homework. If you're listening to this, you need to start listening to Skrillex at some point soon.
Yep, added to the queue already.
Me personally, I'm still waiting on like my first album of the year that makes my heart smile. But the first few weeks of the year, month and a half of the year is kind of always like this.
It's always a lull.
So
I usually wait for the UK to drop. I usually listen to them all winter. I guess I can just go back to listening to Lil Sims. But
I'll be back to talk about Absol.
Dave should be giving me an album.
Herbert.
Oh,
he
yeah.
needs his whole
I'll be back to talk about that. We'll have a music cast, and I'll be back
We'll have a deep dive
because I've listened to it enough
We'll
times
treat
finally
Kendrick's album.
to be able to absorb it.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you heard that, folks. Something to look forward to. Let's go. All right, folks. It is your boy Definity, the host that stay doing the most. Brought to you by the best bad kid I know, man of the people for the people, Nick B.
Yo.
And our friend who insists on going last, except for when he doesn't. Como se dice? Cruz. All right, folks, check us out online, BadKidzPod, BadKidzPod.com. You'll find episode notes, more things about us, and more secret stuff that I'm not going to tell you about. And so you have to go to the website and find out. And keep it funky, keep it fresh. We out this home. Later.
Peace.